tutta pizza, trove dama pizza in pizza, la domanda tuoi cariz, ho spazzato tempo, e lavorano alfabeto, signorine caprichine fanno amore che margherite, belli scarola riccia vanzala, codogna.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to all our viewers around the world. I'm Charles Sciangula for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've got another great lineup for you. Tonight, we have as a co-host Mr. Carmelo Tortolano. He will be doing our quotes of the week tonight here for the show. And we also have Mr. Frank Vaccaro, a.k.a. Dragonflow. By popular demand, he is back with us. And to all you yoga gurus, tonight, Frank is in the house. And we have a special treat once again, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very talented lady. She is from Naples, Italy. Her name is Miss Daniela Fiorentino. She is a singer, dancer, artist, performer, very talented. And tonight you are going to witness some great talent here tonight. We will be interviewing her over here in our studio. And we also have a very funny comedian, brilliant, Mr. Joe Cacchione. He is very well known in the community. He is a very interesting person. And tonight we did a great interview. You should listen to it. I think you're going to hear some very interesting material from Mr. Joe Cacchione. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we'll be back.
The Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show is brought to you by the following sponsors: Mercedes-Benz Montréalais, Les Délices Lafrenais, Assistance Ticket, Tyron Renovations, and SME Sécurité. And now presenting the quotes of the week, brought to you by SME Sécurité.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to all our viewers around the world. I'm Charles Sciangula for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a fine lineup for you tonight, and we have a very fine gentleman with us tonight, Mr. Carmelo Tortolano. He is a good friend, and he'll be our co-host tonight, and he will be doing the quotes of the week. And I'd like to introduce to the world, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Carmelo Tortolano. Carmelo, come on in. Good evening, Carmelo. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. Carmelo, it's always a pleasure to have you in the house. There we go. Is your mic on? Hold on a second. There you go. Okay. You want to talk in your mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always a pleasure being here,
there we
Charles.
go. Thank you very much, Carmelo. Ever since we've done the last show with you, we've been discussing a few different ideas, and I just got to let you know that once again, you have our support in your fundraisers for different causes. One is autism. The last one was for
It was for cancer.
cancer as well. So you have our undivided support. And by you being our co-host, I want everybody to get to know Carmelo here more and more, because he is very committed and dedicated to these different causes. And for everybody who's out there, let us encourage, help. And you have on November 17th, there is an event coming up. Maybe you want to tell everybody, Carmelo, out there.
I will. November 17th, we have a bowling event for autism.
Okay.
It's at the bowling alley is called Les Quais Modernes. It's on L'Assomption.
Okay.
And near Sherbrooke. Actually, if you were taking the subway, you get off at L'Assomption Metro, and the minute you walk out of the metro, it's like to your right-hand side. It's not even maybe 10 steps.
Fantastic. Now, we're going to have Carmelo here on a consecutive basis till November 17th, promoting his event. So for all people out there wanting to get more information, you can get in touch with Carmelo on his Facebook page, of course, as far as that event is concerned. Carmelo, other than organizing events and great fundraisers, tonight we chose you to do the quotes of the week by none other than Mr. Sammy Davis Jr.
Wow.
Now we're going to do a little different segment today, because we're going to read them from our phones as opposed to... So when this is what we'll do. When you give me a heads up, either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, okay, on the quote, All right, we're gonna see if we're gonna break a window or not. All right.
Okay.
So
Sounds great.
to my left and to Carmelo's right, just above us, there's a board, and we'll be posting the different quotes of the week. So we're gonna do Jesse, give us a drum roll, and we're gonna do the top 10 quotes of the week by Mr. Sammy Davis Jr. Okay, Carmelo, number 10, drum roll.
Real success is not on stage, but off the stage as a human being, and how you get along with your fellow man.
There you go. I like that quote. It's deep. This quote is deep. Sammy, there's one thing about Sammy. When he used to, he was straightforward. He was politically correct. But when he had to say something, he said something. But he was a deep, very talented, by the way. Okay, quote number 9 by Sammy Davis Jr. Drum roll, Jesse.
Bogart could have been colorblind. He got to know a man before he decided if he liked him or not.
Oh, okay, Bogart. Yeah, he was another one of my favorite actors, Humphrey Bogart. That was interesting. Yes, I like that one. That's a thumbs up. I like that one.
I like that
That
one
was
too.
number 8. Now we're going to number 7. Drum roll, Jesse.
You always have two choices, your commitment versus your fear.
You know what? I like that one too, but I got to tell you. All right, let's break the window. Okay. All right. Jesse, did I break the window in the right area? Okay. Okay. Drum roll, Jesse. Number 6. Quotes of the week by Sammy Davis Jr.
If you want to be the best, baby, you got to work harder than anybody else.
I like that one. If you want to be good, you got to work at it, buddy, and you got to do it. You got to give it your all. There we go. I like that one. Thumbs up. Next one.
What have I got? No looks, no money, no education, just talent.
I like that one. No looks, no education, and
No money.
no money. But he's got a lot of talent. God
Yep.
bless you, Sammy, wherever you are. I love this guy. Drum roll.
Alcohol gives you infinite patience for stupidity.
Alcohol gives you infinite patience.
En
En québécois, Carmelo, en québécois, est bonne en tabarouette, celle-là.
Pas mal bonne, celle-là. Ben oui.
I like that one. Okay, next one. That one actually should have been number 1, but it's okay.
That should have been number 1.
Okay, next one. Drum roll, Jesse. Do we have any more left, or that was number 1?
I think that was.
That was number 1.
was
Those
number
were the
one.
quotes of the week, ladies and gentlemen, by none other than Sammy Davis Jr. And that was Mr. Carmelo Tortolano, who's our co-host tonight on this show. Carmelo, thank you very much. So we'll be back after this commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Carmelo.
Thank you. Always a pleasure being here.
There we go. We'll be back.
Papa, est-ce que c'est vrai que l'homme descend du singe?
Nous, on descend de Adam et Ève.
Mais maman a dit qu'on descendait du singe.
Oui, ça, c'est la famille de ta mère.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Charles Sciangula for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. Tonight, once again, we have our good friend, Mr. Carmelo Tortolano, as our co-host. And tonight, we're going to be introducing another good friend. He was here on another previous show, and everybody, by popular demand, is wanting him back. And Carmelo, obviously, just getting back to the top 10 quotes of the week, what did you think of Sammy Davis?
I think they were quite interesting. Yeah, some really good ones.
Okay, did you like Sammy as a performer artist?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he was.
I loved him. Very talented.
He was very talented.
Yes,
yeah,
very
especially
talented.
with the he was part of the Rat Pack.
The Rat Pack, yes, yes, my favorite Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into something a little different other than the Rat Pack. We're gonna go to a totally different mindset, and we're gonna introduce to you a good friend. He is a yoga instructor, male yoga instructor. Not too many male yoga instructors in the city, but he's one of them. So let us give it up for Mr. Frank Vaccaro, a.k.a. Dragonflow. Welcome, Frank. Nice to see you. Have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. There you go. There you go, Frank. Welcome, Frank. Thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Charlie. It's nice to be here.
There we go. To all the audience before, I want to mention that I asked Frank to do a headstand because I saw him do it on some of his video clips, and all of us were looking at him, and Carmelo and I says, well, we can do that, but we need the ambulance right next to us.
Yes, definitely.
Frank, I see you're very committed to your trade, obviously, and this is consistency. And what keeps you going?
It's actually a really good question because I see a lot of those little posters or quotes, and they're like, "Stay motivated, stay focused." And it's like, "Train hard, it's work hard," and it's just like I don't really find this as work.
Okay.
I just like wake up and I'm antsy to go train.
To go train.
Sometimes I wish I had more time to train, but I don't.
Okay.
And like the teaching part, it's like I give it like 90% that I love it. There's just that 10% I'd like to sit on my couch also.
Once in a while. Are you a big sports fan?
Not so much.
I don't see you sitting down on a Sunday on a couch watching football on Sunday.
I think I actually got traumatized by team sports when I was a kid because I used to suck at all of them, so I would never get picked. So I just said, screw this. And actually, that's one of the reasons I started doing all these things that nobody would do, like yoga or Pilates or whatever, because nobody could compare me to anybody. It's just like nobody else is doing them, so I'm defaulted good.
Well, Frank, we were discussing with Carmelo that we're going to be doing a fundraiser, he is doing a fundraiser November 17th, and it's got to do with autism, and it's going to be a beautiful event. It's at a bowling alley, correct, Carmelo?
Yeah, it's at a bowling alley. It's
cool.
It's going to be bowling and dancing, disco music, and a bit of salsa, a bit of everything. We're going to try and get the mood there, and where it's an affordable event. It's also good for the parents.
For the cause and so forth.
The parents are going to be there. It's like $20 per person.
If you have a chance, just like post it directly on my Facebook, and I'll keep it there.
Yeah?
Yeah, so people could look at it.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Is the yoga world today more evolved from a spiritual sense, or is it always more or less status quo, the same thing for the past 100 years? Or 1,000 years, whatever.
Well, 1,000 years is like yoga from India, so yeah, they're like their intention was pretty spiritual from the get-go. But it sort of depends what people define as spiritual. It's just like spirituality could mean a million different things to a lot of different people. So I mean, spirituality is if you're connected to something that's in your, if you want to say heart, but in your deeper intuition, and you practice that. And it could have nothing to do with yoga. It could be like you're a winemaker, you're a cheese maker, you're whatever it is. I think there's a lot of teachers and a lot of people that practice with the intention of clearing their mind, having a healthy breath, being a good person, giving back to the community. There's some people that practice superficially. They're gonna look good in like $200 pants and like $150 top. So it really depends. It's just like you have a lot of different people coming in. I think what's important is that people come in the door, and some of them come in with like, oh, I really want my butt to look nice and my arms to look lean. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool, just come in the door. And then a couple of months in, they're like, wow, I feel so relaxed. I feel so good. This completes me. And they're not talking about the aesthetic aspects anymore. Okay. And I've mentioned this in class. It's just like if you eat decent and practice 3-4 times a week, you're going to look good.
I'm sure you will. Absolutely.
So you don't have to worry about that part. You just kind of have to worry about like finding your inner peace, focusing. cleaning up the stuff that's not working. And that's like a constant battle. Like it's a 24/7 thing. Sometimes like I think I'm a pretty spiritual person, but I'm like battling my inner demons and stuff that doesn't work out.
Like
stuff that I don't
everybody
like.
else. Absolutely.
Like everybody else.
So now, the reason why we have you here, Frank, is because every time you come on, you come up with something very, very deep, and people like deep stuff. And I find yoga something that has not too many people know about yoga. Now, you are a male instructor, I guess dominantly in a female environment, if I'm correct, right? Now, the fact that you're more in a female environment, when men walk in there, what's their take on yoga? Do they find it weird as opposed to lifting weights? How do you approach it? Or how do you prepare them psychologically?
I have to be totally honest. There's still not as much men coming as not as I would like. I mean, there's whatever the amount it is, like ratio, but there's not that many men coming as opposed to women. There's still some classes where like I'm the only guy in there and there's 20 women.
Okay. You're a lucky man.
Yeah.
Carmelo, Carmelo
really
and I, hold on. Carmelo and I are joining.
No, but what I mean to say,
You have 2 volunteers.
guys,
You need a towel boy.
there's not a lot of guys practicing it because a lot of guys are concerned more with looking physically strong.
Strong, right.
And that's okay. But it's just like when people come in, when men come in, I take them with a grain of salt that some of them have never practiced. I had 2 bodybuilders do my class one time. They were the first person on their knees, like suffocating and like dehydrated and dead. So there's this concept of strength in the West where you have to be super big to be strong. And it's a form of strength.
That's right.
It's a form of
It's
strength.
a different type of form, obviously.
Yeah.
So yoga is more concentrated on core body strength, if I understand correctly, right?
Yoga is a very slow, very artsy type of calisthenic. I mean, okay, some people say it's like yoga, it's spiritual. There's a lot of spiritual elements in yoga, but let's not lie to ourselves. I said this last time.
That's right.
A plank is a plank, a lunge is a lunge. Now, anything you do with consciousness becomes spiritual. So a plank that you do consciously is the same as you're doing your talk show host show consciously. It's like then it becomes like a yoga, because the word yoga is actually neat. The word yoga means to glue mind and body.
Repeat that.
The word yoga means to glue mind and body, using your breath as a bridge to glue them together.
Wow. Okay. Did you hear that, everybody out there? Repeat what he just said. Yoga is
a yoke, a gluing of the mind and body, using your breath as a bridge to get
fantastic.
That together. So you can do this washing dishes. You can do this speaking with a friend. You can do this like in any environment. It doesn't have to be that you're doing lunges, you're doing sun salutations or whatever. So anyways, back to your question about guys.
Can you just hold on to that? We're going to go to a commercial break.
Cool.
And we'll definitely be back. This is, as always, it's very interesting when Frank is here. And we're going to have him here more often because our audience likes this stuff, and he's probably going to bring us some of his female yoga friends to do a class over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and we'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we have with us Mr. Frank Vaccaro, aka Dragonflow. He is a yoga guru. Frank, getting back to following our discussion from our first segment, we would love to have maybe one of your colleagues come here and maybe give us a female's perspective on yoga. What do you say?
I would like that because like most of my colleagues are female and like I have a really good relationship with them. So
Okay.
we
All
could
right.
come here and discuss stuff and talk with you.
Well, again, it's a different perspective, obviously. I love the fact that you're one of the very few that male yoga instructors, and it's very interesting. Yes. What did you do? Is that what you did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever that means.
I joke around that I'm a rock star yogi. Like put my hair.
We'll
down and
we'll
stuff.
we'll brand you. We'll brand. Next time you come in tights. No, I'm just kidding. You come dressed like this. You're okay.
Cool.
So let me ask you, what's your take going forwards with you're now working where exactly? Are you giving workshops in different areas?
So I work at Yoga Lounge, which I have a workshop at Yoga Lounge.
What days?
This one workshop is just on Saturday, the 27th, from 1:30 to 3:30. It's a stress management workshop.
Oh, okay.
But I actually work there as a fixed schedule on Wednesday nights and Thursday nights.
Okay.
And I'm there often on the weekends, but it's not really my class. I share it with different
Somebody
people.
else. Okay.
I work at United Gym. I work at Med Gym.
Okay.
I work at United, let's say Sunday morning at the Women's Center, Friday mornings at the Mixed, and Wednesday afternoon at the Mix. And I do a lot of classes for Med Gym, Henry Barassa, and the Sherbrooke branch. I have 10:30 at the Sherbrooke branch, 10 on Mondays and Thursdays. Wednesday mornings at 10 at the Henry Barassa branch.
So
And
if
then-
anybody out there, for example, who's listening tonight, and they want to know your schedule, they can go to your Facebook or Instagram page
What we'll do is when you post the video on my wall.
on your wall. Maybe you
if-
can
if
post.
I'm gonna post my schedule underneath.
I think
and
that's a
people
good
could
idea.
Follow me and take all the.
I think that's a good idea. So you work, to make a long story short, you work at different spots. You work at the Yoga Lounge. You do classes at United Gym Mix, which is on Metropolitan. You also do it at the Ladies United Gym, and you also do it on Sherbrooke Street, which is the other one?
No, that's Med Gym.
Med Gym.
Metropolis.
Metropolis.
The old
Okay, okay. So basically, you're doing different workshops in different areas.
Different classes in different
Fantastic.
areas.
Do you do any personalized yoga classes where you do, they come one-on-one, or you go maybe do it at the house, or do you do any of that stuff?
Lately, I only do that if people ask me for something in particular.
Okay.
So like example, in the summer, I had someone that wanted to work on arm balances, so we just did a little kind of segment in the park.
Okay.
But I don't really have that much time to take clients. Like I'm doing like 20, 24 classes a week.
Oh, that's a lot of classes, yes.
So, like example, actually, my brother wanted me to do a little segment with Ariana for
Yes.
like breathing exercises. So we might do that tomorrow.
Fantastic.
But I did it because like I did it because she's an upcoming artist and
Artist,
in
right.
respect for my brother. But it's just like I don't really take on these things anymore. It's just because my
Okay.
schedule's
Super booked. Okay.
super booked.
All right. So if guys like me and Carmelo would walk into your place, okay, what's the first thing that you're gonna? We want to come for yoga classes. What are you gonna tell us? Lose 15 pounds first before we do anything?
Firstly, I would ask you to come in tights. If you don't come in tights, you're not allowed to do
Hold on
yoga.
a second.
It's not happening.
I
Especially
don't know.
Carmelo.
I don't know about tights there, but we don't want to. We don't want to scare anybody away.
It's,
so.
more because, as he was saying before, he's becoming too famous for his family, so I just want to traumatize his wife. Carmelo! You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, man, I was just like, there's certain classes I would ask different people to come. Like
Okay.
if I see the person's really athletic,
Okay.
I have this, it's called a workout class. It's like yoga, a lot of breathing, but we work with weights. Sometimes we
Fantastic.
work with elastics.
A lot of the own body weight, right?
A lot of your
Okay,
own body weight.
That's right.
But by contrast, the same night that I'm giving this workout class, which is a really intense yoga class, I give this what's called yin candlelight. So you have like a bolster, which is like a thick, sturdy pillow, and a strap or two or a block or two.
Right.
And we just do a lot of back extensions, back openers, so you
Yes,
can breathe
yes.
better into your chest, and small hip openers and small forward bends. It's just feel the stretch, come into your body, get into breath awareness.
Okay.
And for a lot of people, this is enough. Carmelo was asking me, can you lose weight with yoga? And I mentioned it last time. I'll mention it again because it's really cool. you can lose weight just by breathing deeper.
That's right. Yes.
And of course, you could lose weight doing yoga, especially if you're moving around, you're bending forward, you're doing back bends, you're doing lateral flexions, you're doing all these things. You're moving in all these different movement plans. You're gonna lose weight. But the main thing to lose weight, though, sorry to answer your question, Carmelo, is really diet.
Absolutely. That's the core. That's the core.
That's the core thing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've had Frank here on a few occasions. I want to take the opportunity to thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Charlie.
It's always a pleasure, and we will definitely have you back again, and maybe we could do those segments that we were talking about.
That would be super cool.
I think it's something that's very interesting, and once again, this is something that for all you people out there that want to be introduced to the yoga world, you got Frank Vaccaro, aka Dragonflow. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a commercial break. I want to thank everybody out there in TV land. Thank you very much, and we'll be back.
Pino, ma cacciati! Sono innamorato. I am innamorated, capisci? Oggi incontrato una guaglione bella, ma si chiama Isabelle. Il problema, Pino, è perciò ho bisogno di te. Parla inglese, solo inglese.
Ok.
Pino,
Yeah.
io già dice sono innamorato. I am enamored. Come si dice?
I'm in love. Love.
Ma love non è che la cosa rotonda che esce il culo da gallina.
No.
Lasciamo perdere. Come si dice ti voglio dare un bacio? Un bacio, dimmi un bacio.
Kiss.
Ma kiss significa kiss, chissà, è nata persona. Tu sei professore di inglese. Ma lascia stare, va.
Welcome to all our viewers around the world, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Charles Sciangula. I'm your host for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a fine gentleman in the house. Very funny, brilliant comedian. He can make you laugh. He'll make your energy change. He can do anything you want. He's a very, very interesting man. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Joe Cacchione, Mr. the one and only. Come on in, Joe.
Welcome, Joe. It's always a pleasure. Have a seat.
It's very, very energetic when Joe's around. He's good. He's fast. He's a very entertaining gentleman. So welcome. Thank you for coming, Joseph.
Come stai?
Io sono molto bene.
How are
grazie.
you?
I'm very well.
You told me we have to speak in English, so I will forsake myself.
You will forsake. For all you viewers out there that are going to be watching this in Italy, tutti quelli amici dell'Italia che può darsi domani o giovedì o anche venerdì mattina, quando vedete questo, è Joe Cacchione. È lui di quello che io ti dicevo. È con noi stasera.
Ciao carissimi amici italiani, hola los amigos que hablan en español, les amis que parlent français, que va già dice, in English, friends, hello again.
Say no more. Now you know who we have in the house. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce everybody, all you viewers around the world, Mr. Joe Cacchione. He's a fine gentleman, very interesting. Joe, I just want you to, we're going to go through a few things. You're a very interesting man. We were discussing before. And other than talking about the humoristic side, I'd like to get to know, and the people get to know you in a different way. We want them to know Joe Cacchione, not the comedian, but maybe Joe Cacchione, the guy growing up, the person. Now,
Madonna.
Now we're not going to make it too difficult. Joe,
we're getting personal.
There we go. At what age was it that you saw that Joe Cacchione says, I want to be a comedian?
Last week. No,
Now,
I'm just kidding.
now you know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen.
No, seriously, it's something that comes once you try for the first time. I remember it was in Montreal. For the people that don't know where Montreal is.
Now he's got an
where I
accent,
live.
as you could see, right? And he comes from Italy, of course. So that's there you go.
Italia,
But that's what
ragazzi.
makes it so interesting is the accent, because his humor is all based on accents. Go ahead. Sorry if I interrupted.
And I presented a show in an occasion on St. Valentine, organized by a very good friend of mine.
The camera's right there. The camera's
Yes,
right there. I
I'm
know you like
looking
my
at
face,
which,
Joe. I know that you wanted to get close to me, but you know, you got to look over there. All right.
So organized by Padre Crespi, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. And you know what? He didn't tell us that to me and my sister, because I started to do comedy with my sister, and suddenly we showed up 300 couples. M'è venuto da paura. But you know what? It was a success. And from that moment, the rest is history.
Well, let's put it this way. When that happened, at that moment, it was a turning point in your life, if I understand correctly.
Yes.
Okay, so now you've been going. Your academic was done in Anglophone or Francophone schools?
No, I have studied in French.
He studiated.
Yes.
And he will comprehendate it and studiate it as well. Well, so now basically you were trained with the French language first, obviously.
Yes. I studied. Do you know the university called UCLA, University California, Los Angeles?
I've heard of that. Yes.
Jesuit. I didn't go there. No. Do you know the Université de la Sorbonne?
Non, je sais pas
suis allé,
l'université.
il m'a dit, tu parles français? Et moi j'ai dit, come se niente fosse. Ti va alla maison. Io ho studiato a UCB.
And which is?
Università di Campobasso.
For all you people who don't know, non-Italians, Campobasso is a region in Italy, and Joe's originally from there. Is that correct, Joe?
Campobasso, Casa Calenda, Caput Mundi.
Wherever that is, now you know he's from there.
7.500 persone, sono rimaste 1.500. It's a beautiful little town.
Joe, I want to get into something else.
Tell me.
You've been teaching in the scholastic schools.
Yes.
Okay. And in discussions before we come on over here, you mentioned something very interesting, which caught my attention. You've been teaching younger children.
Yes.
And at the same time, I found it very, very interesting that you brought a lot of the humor that you have into the schools with the children. And at the same time, the children brought the humor out of you, if I understand correctly. So maybe you want to comment on that with some of the people out there.
I think teaching is the most beautiful job in the world. You teach, you are with children, and you know, also because having children in front of you, you have an audience, no? So for me, it was beautiful because as a comedian, you want to have the audience captive because they had no choice. They have to be there. Se no erano assenti. It's a mazzat once they go home, no? So I had the students in front of me, and I tried a lot of comedy with the students. And I have to say the truth. Some students inspired me with the comedy that I developed. Because what happens in class sometimes is very, very funny.
So let me ask you. Now, you have children that would either make fun of you, you would make fun of them. How did you put it together?
No. It's always with great respect.
All the time.
I never make fun of people, but I make fun of situations.
There you go.
Yes.
You put a different spin onto
together.
them. There you go. That's nice. So the children, from what I can imagine, responded to this type of energy quite interesting, because usually when you could get the trust and the confidence of children, they open up to you a little more than maybe the principal or maybe the assistant principal with the strap, right?
Yes, actually, you know, from teaching, I became a principal. Today, I am a principal, and I'll just take a more normal accent because I'm starting to get tired of the accents, especially we're getting to a more serious conversation. So yes, I'm now a center principal with adult education, vocational training, and it's beautiful because I kept that energy of a humoristic, very close, being open and with the students. At the same time, for example, I have lunch with my students, changing groups of students 3 times a week. And that is, for me, extremely important to stay close to the students, try to understand where they're from, because most of my students are from different places of the world, and knowing the struggles they went through just to leave their country, coming to Canada, and getting used to the culture, the climate, everything is just fantastic. And you know what? It makes me think what our parents had to go through when they left their home country.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, this is a very interesting conversation, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to a commercial break, and we're going to show you one of his clips. It's about a 1-minute clip, all right, ladies and gentlemen, of some of his stand-up comedian. So for all you people who haven't seen him live, now you're going to see a little 1-minute clip. You've got him here. Now you know what he looks like. And at the same time, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to play a song from one of our guests tonight, a very talented lady. She is Neapolitan, and she will be with us tonight. Her name is Miss Daniela Fiorentino, and there is a video that we're going to play, one of her songs, and it's dedicated to the famous actor Antonio De Curtis. I had no idea that was his real name because I know him as Toto. And I'm sure my mom's going to listen to this song, that you can count on, because I remember seeing his movies in the late 60s, early 70s. He's no longer with us, unfortunately, Bonanima. And it was filmed in Toto's neighborhood, Sanità. And there's an actor called Patrizio Rispo who's in this particular video with Daniela Fiorentino. He is an actor, and he has also played a series, Il Posto al Sole, in Italy. So for all you people out there, take a listen. We're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to go to a minute video clip with Mr. Joe Cacchione, and then we're going to go to a song by Miss Daniela Fiorentino, which is dedicated to Toto. So stay back, and we'll be back. Thank you very much.
A dopo. Pino, on my cellular I have downloaded the Napoletan Google Translate. Questo significa che se tu pigli le parole in English, you tell me the paroles, I enter the paroles, pa! Ti dà la parola in napoletano.
Wow.
Wait, dammi una parola, yeah.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning, subito. Non ce l'hanno.
You mean the word hasn't been invented yet?
No, se la sono fregata.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Another word, yeah.
Fat.
Fat.
Like I'm fat. Like I'm fat. Fat.
In francese come si dice?
Je suis fat.
Ho capito. Chiat. Chiat, ma ci sta pure Benedict. Puoi scegliere l'uno o l'altro.
Well, Joe, if you want to start sounding like you know how to speak English, you have to stop talking like this. Oh, oh. That has to stop.
Cioè, tu mi stavi facendo a me? Mo? Fai schifo veramente, Pino.
Fare lo, tante rose melone, lampi in tre, le gazzelle appoggiate, monte, una bella canzone, come prima lo voglio vedere. Innamora l'amore, gusto e accende voglia, bella città, ride su velo, doppio e campo assai, e dalla realtà, stasera come io ne voglio a tocco, ma per un po', a mussa e missa ziccara, si può vedere. Stasera come io ne voglio a tocco, ma per un po', a mussa e missa ziccara, si può vedere. Hey! Schiara il giorno, tormento spiatato, gente stanca, usurata e sbattuta, coppe e mozze, la pesa attaccata, morta donne, ma bella a vedere. Dormo con sonno e sponde e dorme uaia, Napoli no, tipo sa coppa rire e campa assai, che alla realtà, su namma c'ha viola, che c'ha tocco, papà da po', a mussa, zicca, zicco e bocca, dicono po', su namma c'ha viola, che c'ha tocco, papà da po', a mussa, zicca, zicco e bocca, dicono po'.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Charles Sciangula for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. And for all you viewers out there, tonight we have this fine gentleman, very funny man, Mr. Joe Cacchione. So to all the viewers out there, he's the man. He will have some upcoming events, which we're going to be discussing. But before we get to that, I want some people to know that right now, Mr. Cacchione is he's been involved in scholastic endeavors here, and he is a principal, as you mentioned in the first segment. And I just wanted to ask you, being a principal, for example, today, with the young people, Joe, because I understand it's quite a challenge in today's environment with everything in the social, with everything that's going on in the world and the social media perspectives. How do you compare, let's say, 15 years ago till now, and what is the biggest challenge you, as a principal, okay, whether they're 15 years old, 16 years old, whether they're 60, where do you draw the line in terms of saying, okay, this is enough, and how much more political correctness do we need?
Tough question.
Okay, that's why I'm asking you. That's why you're here. We can't make it too easy for you. You're the principal, so there you go.
You know, I think it's all about creating great relations with the students.
Correct.
Trying to understand them. Some students go through different things, different issues, families, jobs, because, you know, since they're adults, some of them lose their jobs, they're going through financial difficulties. So we always try to understand where the student is. You know, before we take an action, it's not only about an administrative decision. It has to do with dealing with a person.
Correct.
So we try to help the person, you know, get back on their feet. Some of them have to leave the country because they have to go and see a parent that is sick, needs an operation, or maybe is about to die. So what do? We interrupt the studies. Do we kick him out? No, it doesn't make sense. Let's interrupt, go, come back, and let's help him continue. Join another group. Just follow up on what you need to do in order to become. You know, I tell my students, success is extremely important. But what is success? And for my students, the way I see success is 3 steps. You know, getting a diploma, yes, it's important. But then finding a job, very important. But then keeping your job. So there's a lot of involvement on our side, but at the same time, the students have to do a big part of it.
So what you're saying is, as a principal, being engaged with the students, not only from a very structured side, but even from a human side, is a very important factor, where you become, and this is how the people, I guess, interact or open up and become more confident in opening up to you, right?
Extremely important. You know, I have lunch with the students 2 to 3 times a week. You know, it's funny, the first time, and I have a huge Chinese clientele in the school, the first time I did this, I just sat down with the students, and it was so funny because I didn't expect the Chinese students just be there. They took out the phones and started doing selfie because they're not used to have a principal next to them sitting with them. You know, for them, authority is very far. But I think you have to be sitting with them, understanding what are their difficulties in order to be able to help them. And the beauty is when you sit with them, they open up. It's just fantastic.
Fantastic. Joe, you are quite involved in fundraisers. I know that last year we did something over here for the church. I noticed a lot of the upcoming events, previous, and there was one we were at with Mr. Carmelo Tortolano. You were involved. Fundraising is a big part of your life.
Yep, I think it's important. You know, I've been doing comedy for the last 30 years, and the community, the Italian community, especially because I started by doing comedy in Italian, the community gave me a lot.
Correct.
And today is
giving back.
Giving back.
Fantastic.
So, for example, 2 years ago, I gave a show for the Neuro Institute of Montreal because my mom passed away of brain tumor. So I wanted to give back for the research to help other people, and hopefully we'll find a cure for it, so other people don't have to suffer.
From your mouth to God's ears, like we say, right?
Yes.
There we go.
Thank you. Last year for education, because that's something that I strongly believe in. And this year, in December, I'll be doing another one for the Society of Leukemia and Lymphoma Canada.
Expand on that, because this is a big event. You've got 3 big shows coming up at Leonardo da Vinci, correct?
Exactly.
You want to tell everybody out in TV land, for everybody viewing, this is very important because this is for a great cause. And if you've never seen them, you have to go see them. Watch the video clips as we go to the commercial breaks. Very funny, great talent. Go ahead, tell everybody out there.
I have to say it in French though, because
go ahead. This is the internet. We are not
French.
We are not CRTC regulated over here. So this is the Wild Wild West. Go ahead.
But you know what? If you don't understand French, I'll speak slowly.
Okay, there we go.
Non, le spectacle va être en français, ma pour la communauté internazionale
Ecco.
che ha un cuore italiano. And that is
Fantastic.
important. Il 28, 29 e 30, so the 28, 29 and 30 of December al Centro Leonardo da Vinci, and the proceeds will go to the Society of Lymphoma and Leukemia Canada. Be there. You will redate the whole night.
You will redate the whole night. I love this man. He's great. I'm just going to ask you another question.
Go for it.
Political correctness.
Yes.
You discussed, the political correctness at work. Now you're in the comedy business. Every comedian that comes here, because this is a big issue with today's world environment, socially, as to what's going on politically. Comedians today have to draw a fine line. Where do you draw the line from a comedy perspective as far as political correctness?
On what you can say, what you can't say?
More or less.
Very easy. Think if you're about to invite people to come and see the show,
Okay.
and you know the comedian more or less what he's going to say or the material he's going to use, would you invite your family? Would you invite your kids? Would you invite your parents? If the answer is no, to me, it's not politically correct. If the answer is yes, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
So my comedy is clean. Più clean di così, hai passato a Javel.
I got to tell you, I'd love to see him do some of his humor, maybe with a little bit of a Chinese spin. I think we would have a great show in our hands because he's got a way on how to twist words, accents. He's dialectic. He's fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are going to go to another commercial break. And we're going to be playing another one of his clips. Don't forget, he's going to be playing at the Leonardo da Vinci Center. And this is for a great cause. You're going to have a great time. It's a beautiful venue. There's lots of parking, very comfortable, beautiful theater. And you're going to have great talent being performed that night. So we're going to go to a video clip, a commercial break, and now we're going to go to the second song by Ms. Daniela Fiorentino. I apologize, I got to put my glasses on because I didn't write everything on my blackboard. And the second song we're going to go to is, she's a very talented lady, and the second song is Sérénade par dépit. I'll say it in French. Sérénade par dépit par Edith Piaf. No, pas Edith Piaf, pardon. It's Sérénade par dépit, part of a French Neapolitan album with French adaptations. There we go. So it's a great song, a great video, and following that, then we're going to be back and we're going to meet Miss Daniela Fiorentino. So ladies and gentlemen, just sit back and we'll be back.
A dopo. Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? Qu'est-ce que tu fais là? La viande, première cause de cancer au monde, puis le pain. Le pain, hein? Le gluten, tu connais pas ça, toi, le gluten? Touche pas à ça, mon grand. Touche pas à ça, c'est pas bon pour ta santé. C'est clair? Ben oui. Les insecticides, c'est-tu toi qui l'as produit? Non. Touche rien que t'as pas produit. C'est tout. Oh. La cirrhose hépatique, ça te dit rien? Tu lis pas, toi? Te rends-tu compte que là, en 2 minutes, je viens de sauver ta vie? Réfléchis, le grand! C'était une super belle soirée. En passant, t'as-tu revu Marco dernièrement?
Marco, il est mort de faim.
Ah oui?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's our segment and our for our sponsors of the week. And I just want to give a plug again, of course, to Mercedes-Benz Montréal Est. Mr. Phil Salvatore, he's the man that you want to go if you're looking for purchasing the dream car. Mercedes-Benz Montréal Est is out in the East End in Puerto Traum, right off the 40 on the service road. And if you're looking for somebody that you want to consult with when it comes to buying a luxury vehicle, Mr. Phil Salvatore is the man. Then we have Les Délices Lafrenet. Now Christmas is coming around for all your sweet tooth people. Now's the time that you want to order something special. Joseph and Pepe are there to serve you. They've got a great crew. They're located in the East End. They have multiple locations across the city. So ladies and gentlemen, Les Délices Lafrenet, now's the time to put your order in for Christmas. And we also have Tyrone Construction, Mr. Angelo Waragna, very professional, credible, reliable entrepreneur. He's been in the business many years, and if you're looking for somebody that is to the word, you want to talk to Mr. Angelo Waragna for anything that you want to do in constructions and renovations. And then we also have Assistance Ticket. For all you guys out there that don't pay tickets, once again, legal counsel. Sometimes it's just easier to pick up the phone, and Miss Sandra Tagliapietra, she'd be more than glad to sit down with you and give you some consultation over the phone or in presence. You can meet with her, call her online, Assistance Ticket, Miss Sandra Tagliapietra, true professional. And we also have SMI Security Systems, which are our sponsor of the week. If you're looking for anything to do with security needs, alarms, cameras, access cards, ladies and gentlemen, you want to get in touch with SMI Security Systems. They've great service before, during, and after projects, and you want to view your cameras on your phone, you want to open the door from your phone, you want the air conditioner to go on from your phone, ladies and gentlemen, smart home integration, that's the company you want to call, SMI Security Systems. And we also have, next week, we will introduce our new sponsors coming into the festive season, and we'd be more than glad to have you aboard. So thank you very much, and we'll be back.
Dis-moi à qui tu penses. C'est le ciel derrière cette vitre. Sur le mur juste en face, bien marqué, il y a une ombre et cette ombre c'est la tienne. Fraîche la nuit et la lune d'argent monte au ciel et plus blanche elle devient, et le souffle léger du vent doucement passer. Mais pourquoi tu m'en chasses? Qatari, même sans me parler, il existe un destin, et j'y crois, j'espère. Qatari, je le sais, surtout est détruite. Qatari, Qatari, surtout est détruite. Qatari, Qatari, surtout est détruite.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to all our viewers around the world. I'm Charles Sciangula for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have, as I mentioned, a great lineup. Now, I'm going to introduce to you another guest. She is Neapolitan from Italy. She's exceptionally talented. She's an actress. She's a singer. And she's performed in opera and theater. And as you can see, some of the video clips that we showed you, some of her talent. I'd like to introduce to the world, ladies and gentlemen, to everybody, I'd like to introduce Miss Daniela Fiorentino. Come on in, Daniela.
Welcome, Daniela. It's a pleasure. Have a seat. Grab the mic.
There we go. And this is Miss Daniela Fiorentina. Say hello to the world, Daniela.
Hello, world. I'm
There
here.
you go. You speak very well, by the way, being from Italy. You speak it, and I love the little accent you have, I have to tell you. Okay, that's what makes it. Don't try to sound too Canadian. I love the accent. It's beautiful. There we go. Daniela, welcome to Canada.
Thank you.
How long have you been here now?
First time I came here in 2015.
Okay.
For 1 year, but then I kept the connection with Italy. I went back and forth.
Okay.
And I can say that it's 1 year and some months that I've decided to stay here steadily, to live here in Canada.
Fantastic. What makes you, now Canada we know is a beautiful country. Italy is Italy. Let's not kid ourselves. Now, and Canada is Canada. I was born here. I'm of a strong Italian heritage. But I can tell you that you got the best of both worlds, being from Italy and now moving to Canada. Other than the weather, what made you want to come to Canada, Daniela?
Actually, I've always been I liked all my life to travel abroad. I mean, all my international career is very internationally oriented. Even the choices that I did in my work. So I've always been traveling a lot, and I've always been driven about living in a country which were bilingual, more than bilingual. So I had a project of Neapolitan songs adapted in French, and I wanted to launch it from a corner of the world that could be multilingual, multi-ethnical, and multilingual, and that's just Montreal. That's why I came here.
You made the best choice coming to Montreal, because now you're with us, and we're not going to let you go anymore, Daniela. How's that? Now, the reason why I say this is, you've got talent, comme on dit en québécois, est bourré de talent. And, again, this show it's a show that we want to support local, national, international artists. And this is why we have this young lady here with us. And those two songs that you saw, as you can see, showcasing her talent, this is deep cultural stuff. And thank you for choosing Montreal, Daniela, with your husband, the gentleman that we have in the house over here. And I have to commend you. You have a beautiful son. And welcome to Canada. And stay here. Don't go anywhere, Daniela.
Okay, I will.
Okay? All right.
Promise.
We'll make you travel, but come back.
Okay.
Daniela, I was going through a little bit. We were discussing a little bit your history, your biography. And you also, besides singing, you also do acting.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And I saw some of the stuff. And you're going to be seeing, when we close off the show, a Neapolitan, and I'll mention the name later on, a Neapolitan play, very interesting, and you're going to see her singing, performing, dancing. So let me ask you, do you have one preference? Is it mostly singing? Do you prefer acting, or do you just like the whole package?
Actually, yeah, the third answer. Actually, singing and acting are matched in my personality. So I can't help singing. I can't help acting. I mean, I act when I sing, and I've done a lot of musical theater. So everything is very, very connected, and that's what I am. I mean, I can't choose, actually, Charles. It's
okay,
so difficult for me.
So we won't make you choose. We're just going to make you sing, act, and dance. How's that? We were at a fundraiser together about 3 weeks ago with one of our good friends, Mr. Carmelo Tortolano, who's with us here tonight. And I noticed that you had an acoustic guitar player, and I was very, very impressed. I really like what I heard. Is that more? Are you more on the folklore side, or is it a little more on the rhythmic side that you prefer your songs?
The rhythmic side, yeah, I'm very energetic. You know, energetic as a person, as a personality. So I really love and enjoy lively songs and full of energy and rhythm. And I explore a lot the rhythms of the world. And lately, I took part to a festival, multicultural world music festival, that gave me a lot of further inspiration in my research, in my musical research. So yeah, I would say I like the rhythm very much. I like to play percussions too when I sing.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I like to dance. You know, I can't help dancing. That's why. But I also like very intimate songs, I would say. Deep. I like playing with my voice, all the shades, all the colors that a voice can have.
I notice you have good range. You do anything from folklore oriented song, anywhere from a rhythmic song, so you can adapt yourself to maybe different styles, well, theater, opera, etc., etc. How many languages do you speak? Only one, I understand, right? Is that it? Why do you speak only one language? Hold on a second. Tell everybody out there how many languages you speak.
I'm very addicted about foreign languages. So, I mean, I'm not an ordinary Italian from this point of view.
I thought I spoke 5, and I haven't found somebody who spoke more. She speaks more.
I speak English, French, Italian, of course, Neapolitan, which is
another language. Yes.
Yeah, an official language.
Yes.
Then I speak German. I've been studying German for years in university, at school, Spanish, and I also sang and I understand some Portuguese.
Okay, you just scored some points with my wife. She's Portuguese. I think you just made another friend. There we go. Now, to be attracted to different cultures, different languages, the way you are, obviously that says a lot about you. And do you pick up languages quite easily? Because, you know, to sing, you know, in all those languages, like we say here in Quebec, il faut le faire.
Oui, il faut le faire. Oui, absolument.
You just have the tonality, I guess. You've conditioned your brain in such a way that languages, especially when it comes to singing, you pick it up quite easily then.
I was born into the music, basically. My family is full of musicians, artists. So I think that music and foreign languages are on the same page. That's the same kind, you know, of stimulation of the brain. So I've always been curious about exploring the sounds of the world. And since I was a kid, I've been, you know, investigated in the different sounds of the world, different foreign languages, traveling a lot. And that helps me really, you know, developing this powerful love and vocation towards the foreign languages.
Fantastic. You know what we're going to do now is we're going to go to another commercial break. And I got to put my glasses on. I do apologize for that. Okay. And we're going to go to her third video, which is very, very interesting. And it's called, if you allow me to, I just got to find the page somewhere over here. You know what? I can't find it here, but whatever it is, it's the third song. Listen, it is a very deep song. It is well-produced, and Miss Daniela Fiorentino showcasing her talent. And we're also going to go to another video clip of Mr. Joe Cacchione, commercial break, and Miss Fiorentino. So sit back, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy Miss Daniela Fiorentino, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, je suis le génie de la lampe. Et pour toi, voilà, je vais exaucer 3 vœux. Tu vas aller voir un spectacle, je le sais, je le vois dans tes yeux. Le spectacle de Joe Cacchione. Vœu numéro 1, tu vas y aller. Vœu numéro 2, avec tes amis. Vœu numéro 3, la famille. Tu n'as qu'à acheter les billets, $40 a biglietto, et tu vas y aller. Il 28, 29 e 30 dicembre al centro Leonardo da Vinci. Le centre Leonardo da Vinci. Très très beau. Et tu sais quoi? C'est pour une cause extraordinaire. Cette année, on va lever des fonds pour leucémie et lymphome du Canada. Sois-y. En attendant, moi, je vais rentrer à la maison, mais on se voit au spectacle. Et le problème, c'est que je me souviens plus c'est laquelle ma maison.
I wanted to fall in love with you too fast. Were we on the same page? feel it like I wanted you to feel it. I finally felt alive again. Why'd you have to go so far and leave me hanging by the river? Made me wait among the stars. From that I watch you till forever. And though we made a deal, I know can't let you go. Are you just as scared to fall again? Too fast, yeah, love made me wanna rise again. Did you mean it like I did? Did you feel it like I wanted you to feel it? Could you read between my lines? I only wanted you right by my side. Why'd you have to go so far? Leave me hanging by the river. You made me wait among the stars. From that I watch you till forever. And though we made a deal, I know can't let you go. I look in your eyes to catch my breath. Reach for your hand, but you've already left. 'Cause it's all we know, and it's all. Why'd you have to go so far? Leave me hanging by the river. It made me wait among the stars. From that I watch you till forever. And though we made a deal, I know can't let you go. My muse, sweet muse, sweet muse.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Charles Sciangula for the Live4Live Entertainment Talk Show. And you just heard a, now I've got the name. It's called Muse. This is a song performed by, a folkloric song performed by Ms. Daniela Fiorentino. And great energy, of course. Very, very traditional folklore. Now, we've got Ms. Fiorentina here, and I just wanted to ask you, Daniela, is there one language, singing 6 languages exactly is not the easiest thing to do, but is there one language that comes easier for you or becomes maybe a little more natural for you?
Probably my mother tongue,
Which would be Neapolitan or Italian? Hold on, 2 different languages.
2 different languages.
Yes.
And the flavor and the taste in singing and speaking, Italian or Neapolitan are totally different because
the
pronunciations
are totally different. The dialects, yes.
The gestures, everything, is it's
very deep.
Yeah.
I've been to Naples, and I got to tell you, I'm of Sicilian origin, and I see how Sicilians, or in Sicily, how the gestures and the mannerisms, and Neapolitans are deep as well. Now, when it comes to song. What makes Neapolitan song culturally so deep? Is it the water, the sun, the energy? What makes it so deep? Because when you go to Naples, you just get you just carried away by deep energy.
Exactly. Naples is an experience. It's like very, very deep cultured town. I mean, the most vibrant town in Italy. And probably this is a mixture of all these factors. The sun, people are every day they are outside. They enjoy the sun. They enjoy walking on the lungomare.
Absolutely, yes.
Le long de la mer. And of course, the sea gives a big inspiration. The smell. And the theater, it's an open theater. I mean, open space theater. In Naples.
Let's put it this way. If to all our viewers out there, if you've never been to Italy, and if you do go to Italy, let's put it this way. Go to Naples, and this is where the pizza napoletana was invented, so to speak. You got to try some of the pizza al forno. It is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah.
It is, and you're not going to bloat. You're going to have a few of them. Take my word for it. But I understand definitely what you're saying. Naples is the energy of people, just the whole. Besides getting your watch stolen once in a while, I'm just kidding.
It's a crazy town. It's kind of anarchy everywhere.
Yes.
It's kind of New York, you know?
It's a symphonic, disorganized orchestra. How's that? There we go. But beautiful energy, absolutely. Now, is there any particular one singer or singers that you have modeled yourself on growing up?
Actually, I've heard to a lot of music, international music, Portuguese, Brazilian, and Neapolitan, of course, and also French music. And probably the icon was Edith Piaf.
Edith Piaf.
I've always been like compared to her when I was a teenager. Oh, you look like Edith Piaf. Oh, you sing like her. I mean, I was curious. I didn't know her, so I started intruding and investigating her music and her personality. And it's such a stunning personality. So I kept on working and studying on her. I went to Paris, and I made a show about her in Italy. I was touring for years, a very successful show. I won a lot of awards about it.
Fantastic.
And so I would say probably Edith Piaf is my inspiration, probably the main one.
Well, you chose a great model to model yourself on, absolutely. Some great classicals that they will never die. Now, as far as, let's say, what are your aspirations going forwards? Are you wanting to record different albums here in Canada or abroad? What are your aspirations right now?
Yes, I'm working presently on a multilingual album, my original songs, with Sari Dajani, who is a very, very famous composer of the most part of TV series music here in Canada. So we're working together, and he's the guitar player that you've seen playing with me. And also I'm writing a sitcom, so author. I'm working as an author too, so Italian, French, English. It's a mixture, like a funny sitcom. And also, one of my future projects is a musical about immigration.
Nice.
So full of beautiful Neapolitan songs that you can't miss.
Well, when you talk about immigration to America or immigration in other countries?
Actually, the leitmotif is immigration as a state of mind.
Okay,
but there's a story. There's a story, and I would say to America. I mean, from Italy to North America. So.
Well, you know, I love what I'm hearing. You know, and I mean this. I think we need more of your talented types to come to the city to integrate into the Montreal culture, which is multi-ethnic. And again, this show is here to support local talent, national, international. So one thing I will do, we produce shows, because I saw some of your clips here, and I really enjoy that. And we will be doing some cabaret type theater. When it comes time, you're going to be the first one I'm going to call, and I'd like to. There we go. We're going to get a little bit of your energy, and we're going to be doing some stuff. So definitely, we will call you. The other thing I want to ask you is, now that you're wanting to become stable here in Montreal, are you wanting to become do you absolutely have to give up your Italian passport and become a Canadian? The reason why I say that is because when you become a Canadian citizen, do you have to give up your Italian passport?
No.
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 Okay. All right. Okay.
You
That's
keep both.
You keep both.
I'm lucky.
So you have the best of both worlds. This is what,
Yes.
because unfortunately, a lot of our parents, when they were asked, they had to give up the Italian passport. That's why I'm mentioning that.
It used to be like that. Now you definitely
you can keep both.
We
Fantastic.
say in Italy, due piedi in una scarpa.
There we go. There we go. Are you planning on going back to Italy on occasions?
Yeah, I go back there very often because as I was telling you before, I kept the connection, the working connection. So whenever I have like beautiful contracts, which I still have fortunately, I go there. I go to Naples. I went to Milan last year. This summer I was there performing my show about Totò with Patrizio Rispo again. So I'll be going there again next spring and probably the summer. So I never lose a connection with my home country and Europe in general.
Fantastic. Have they made a statue of Totò in Naples?
Yes, of course they did.
Next time I go, I want to go see that statue because my mom used to take us to the Italian cinema here when, again, early 60s, 70s to go watch Totò, and he really made everybody laugh. I will never forget. So I want to, Daniela, I want to thank you, first of all, for being with us. You are always welcome here. And I'm glad that you're going to be staying in Montreal because I'm sure that there's going to be different projects coming up. So to all the viewers out there, ladies and gentlemen, you just met Ms. Daniela Fiorentino. And now we're going to go to another commercial break. And this time I've got it ready on my phone. Hold on a second. The next song that she will be, that we're going to be performing is called The Tribute to Edith Piaf. It's a melody of several songs in French. And she performs it. I think you're going to love the music. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a commercial break. We're going to go to a tribute to Edith Piaf by Miss Daniela Fiorentino. So stay back, and we'll be back. Thank you very much.
Au revoir tout le monde. Bye bye.
Monsieur l'agent, vite, parce que je dois aller chercher les billets al centro de la Da Vinci pour le spectacle de Joe Cacchione.
Monsieur Cacchione, c'est pour un excès de vitesse.
Il faut ralentir. Le 28, 29 et 30 décembre. Pensez à votre femme, vos enfants, vos amis. Mais c'est ça! Le spectacle est pour toute la famille, les amis, les enfants, la femme, tout quoi. Le ticket est 125 $. 125 $ pour un ticket. Mais pour le spectacle de Joe Cacchione, 3 tickets pour 120 $. Et en plus, l'argent va aller à la Société de leucémie et lymphome du Canada. Et une bonne cause. Allez, monsieur l'agent, va prendre ton auto. On va aller chercher les billets. Nous aussi, tout le monde ensemble. Aïe. Ah oui? Ben, je me dépêche. Ça vaut la peine.
Je revois la ville en fête et en délire, suffocant sous le soleil et sous la joie. Et j'entends dans la musique les cris et les rires qui éclatent et rebondissent autour de moi. Et perdu parmi ces gens qui me bousculent, étourdi, désemparé, je reste là. Quand soudain je me retourne, elle se recule et la foule vient me jeter entre ses bras. Emportés par la foule qui nous traîne, nous entraîne, écrasés l'un contre l'autre, nous ne formons qu'un seul corps. Et les flots sans effort nous poussent enchaîner l'un et l'autre, et nous laissent tous deux épanouis, enivrés et heureux. Entraînés par la foule qui se lance et qui danse, et une folle farandole, nos deux mains se souder. Et parfois soulevés, nos deux corps enlacés s'envolent, et retombent tous deux épanouis, enivrés et heureux. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur.